All right, it's recording. All right, we're back. We got an actual timer running down here because we're in the boxing studio today. This is our stage. So first time we're doing this camera angle here, so hopefully we can see. It should be good to go. So you will hear a buzzer occasionally. Just disregard any of those buzzers. That's basically just for me to time. We're going to take it through our first set here. It's going to be all warm-up movements. So everything's going to be a little bit fast-paced. We'll take it through a couple of times, get our body warmed up. That's going to be about 6.5 total minutes of the warm-up movements before we move on. So I'm going to get this timer started here. And at the buzzer, so once we get to our buzzer here, we're going to take our lower body jacks. Okay, so all that is, as if we had our jumping jack, we're just going to focus on the lower body because I want to save our upper body for the plank movements that we have a little later in the workout here. So upper body's going to get plenty warm up through the workout. So at the buzzer, we're going to take our lower body jacks. Wide, narrow, wide, narrow. I'll cue the rest of the movements. Everything's going to be 45 seconds with 15-second rest. Boom, 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 boom. Come. All right. We do have the music, of course, but you can't hear that through Zoom, so feel free to put on your own music. That's typically how we do it on our virtual classes. Leave the music to the viewer. We just keep this steady. Pace here for 45 total seconds. Narrow, wide, narrow, wide. Let your body warm up. Everything's 45 seconds with a 15-second rest. 3, 2, relax, 15 seconds off. Now our next movement here is going to be fast feet with a little dip in between. So in 8 seconds, we got fast feet, dip. Fast feet, dip. So every 10 fast feet, we take the dip. 3, 2, and 10. Dip. So you're kind of at your own pace here. Kind of just running in place. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Take that squat down, tap the floor. Once you get in the rhythm, you don't necessarily need to count every time, but you'll kind of get the timing down. So now we're keeping a steady pace. We're also adding that squat in. Running. So again, once you find that pace, you don't need to count, of course. Just take it down, feel it out, pop, right there. Down. Take down. 4, 3, 2, and relax. 15 seconds off. Next one here, this is a stance switch. So in our boxing classes, we take our stance here, switch, 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 switch. Also known as the Step Brothers stance switch. Okay, so when they move their beds out of the way, they had all that room. That's all it is. Stance switch, boom, boom. In 3, 2, right back in. Stance switch. So our feet are just about shoulder distance apart. And we're just finding the corners to that box. Boom, 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 right from the side. Similar to that lower body jab, just a different direction. Boom, boom, right there. Switch, switch. So if you're boxing, we would throw that stance switch, pop out. Keep it right. And we're just here for 10 more seconds. 3, 2, and relax. All right, now we're going to take this is a little bit harder. We're going to take our lunge position here. So about 90 degrees, 90 degrees. Down, we bring it up. Pop up off that front foot. Okay, so kind of leave the ground in the front. Switch stance. Down. Into that next movement. So in 8 seconds here, we'll take that lunge, jump, stance switch. 3, 2, and lunge down, pop up, just a little pop off the ground and try to land in to that next lunge. This is the harder one because lunges are difficult as it is, and adding a little bit of power. So it's slow, fast, slow, fast. Final 15 seconds. Final 5 seconds. 3, 2, and relax. I always like to throw a couple boxing movements in there. So in 10 seconds, we're gonna take a nice wide stance, a little bit of a squat, and we're just gonna throw our 1-2s, straight punches, right down the pipe. 3, 2, nice wide stance. Then we're just taking those punches right down the center. We gotta remember to breathe. I need to remember to breathe as well while I'm talking. So we keep it steady. So I have a nice wide stance, and I'm letting my body move side to side with the punches. Getting that steady breath out. There we go. Keep it here. Final 5 seconds. Take that quick 15-second rest. 3, 2, 15 off. We're going to keep our stance. This time we're going to take it in. Final movement of our warm-up round. We're going to take uppercut, 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 uppercut. Just get a little bit of upper body warm-up in there. 3, 2, and take those uppercuts. Same stance. Notice my body looks exactly the same, whether I'm throwing that uppercut or that straight punch. I'm still using my hips to generate all the force. And any way you can breathe, whether you want to breathe out with every single punch or you want to take it a little bit slower, just make sure it's coming in through your nose and out through your mouth. Final 15 seconds. You might have heard that buzzer. That's our 30-second warning in the round. Here we go. In 3, 2, relax. All right, grab a drink, warm up, complete. Don't forget water. All right, buzzer. All right, so round 2, we're going to focus on our legs. Most of the movements here are going to be nice and slow. We do have a couple jump squats to add in there as well. But 90% of the time when we're working that lower body, we want to make sure everything is slow, controlled, and we keep our knees, no matter what we're doing, anything, squat, lunge, side lunge, whatever it is, you want to keep your knees behind your toes. Okay, so what that means is we got 30 seconds here. Knee, when I squat, you don't want those knees coming forward. Obviously that looks bad. I want to make sure no matter what we're doing, those knees stay back behind the toes. So our first movement here, again, you're gonna hear a buzzer here, that's 10 seconds. All right, we start in 10 seconds. We take a nice wide stance, as wide as we can, and we're gonna take it down low, side lunge, alternate up, and there's our buzzer. So let's take that nice, wide stance here, super deep on each leg. My toes are both facing forward. And I'm just sinking that butt down deep. We are going to circle back to this movement. So this first time might feel a little awkward if you haven't done these before. From the side, looks just like a squat on that one leg. Beautiful. It's deep. It's as deep as we can get it on each side. Boom, right there. 3, 2, and relax. Keep this nice wide stance here. Bring those feet in about 1 foot length. Okay, so just kind of toe heel those feet in. Now let's get those knees out nice and wide. We have our toes out about 90 degrees here. And then we take that sumo squat down. 3, 2. Again, first set. Let's feel it out. Make sure those legs look exactly like mine as you take it down deep. Knees need to be coming out wide, forcing those knees out. The toes and the knees are all pointing the same direction. This is slow. This is our sumo squat position. So we want to feel this in our inner thighs. Keep it sinking this one super deep here. This is a nice, easy squat to go deep. Keep it here. We got 15 final seconds here. We're sinking deep. Nice. Low. And if you don't feel that in the inner thighs, sink it deep and kind of force those knees out. Once you're down there, you should feel that. 3, 2, and relax. 15 seconds here. We're going to take our third and final movement of the round. Before we circle back, it's a fast one. It's our jump squat. So we're going to sink that low. We leave the ground. Low, and we leave the ground. Okay? So focus on that. Take it as slow as you can on the way down, and then explode it up. Nice and slow when you land, and explode right up. 5 seconds. 3, 2, and we have our feet. It's about shoulder distance apart. Both facing forward, along with our knees. Notice how slow I'm going down. Explode. You're just going to leave the ground. And if you can't leave the ground, just come up into that fast squat if the jump is too much. We're here. This is a long 45-second set here. This is a difficult movement. Focusing on the slow, fast. 15 seconds left here. Explode, slow, explode, slow. Break it anytime if you need it. 5 seconds. 3, 2, and relax. All right. In 10 seconds, we circle right back through. We take the nice wide stance, and we'll take it right into those side lunges. Right where we started. 3, 2, all right. Sink it low, deep. As deep as we can on each side. Whatever you need to do with your hands, anything goes here. As long as you're keeping that chest up, head up. There we go. Sinking it deep. Final 10 seconds here before we switch it over into that sumo squat. 3, 2, and relax. So let's get one foot length in. Boom. Toes go out. Knees go out with the toes. We got about a 90-degree angle here. 3, 2, whatever we need to do with our hands, just sink it low and forcing those knees out. Always remember with these, we're going to feel it in our inner thighs. If you do not, force the knees out wider. As long as we don't have those knees bending in like this, okay? Keep them forced out. Maybe uncomfortable, a little bit of flexibility. Force it out. 15 seconds left here. Last set of sumo squats. There we go. Deep. Deep. Final 5 seconds. Final 3, 2, and relax. And our very final set of round 2. Back to those jump squats. Let's finish it off here. 3, 2, and sink it low, slow. Drive it up, low and slow. Drive it up, low. There we go. Slow, fast, slow, fast, slow. Here we go. Fast. Beautiful. Take a break if you need it. I just did. There we go. This is a tough one. Keep it steady. Keep it. We got 15 seconds left. Keep it. Good work. Final 5 seconds. Start to get tight. Beautiful. So we want 3, 2. All right. Beautiful work back there. All right. Take that break. Grab that drink if you need it. There's our buzzer. So we got 1 minute to rest here. So round 3 of 4. This is all going to be planks. Again, we have 3 different movements here. Our basic plank from the elbows. So grab a mat if you have one. If not, the floor is fine. All right, so we're going to adjust this angle just a little bit. So our first movement here, our basic plank position, we're going to be down on those elbows or up on the hands, whichever you prefer. And from here, we're just going to take that knee, drive it across the body. I got 10 seconds here. Cross the body to that opposite elbow. So we drive the knee in. If you can't do that, take the modification and just hold the plank. We got 45 seconds here. Slowly driving that knee to the opposite elbow, across the body. Again, if you need to mod, hold the plank or drop to the knee. And make sure to get that big breath out. Right when you get to that elbow, get that big breath out. Final 5 seconds. And relax. Thank God, because those were difficult. Get through it. Beautiful work. 8 seconds. We're going to take our side plank position. So we're here on that elbow, looking for foot on foot here if we can, and we drive that body up. If you can't do that, common modification, we take the knee on knee, and we still drive up that hip as high as we can. So 5 seconds. The knee mod is a solid way to take this. 3, 2, drive it up, and we hold 45 seconds. Anything you want to do with that top arm. Again, if you want more, feel free to take that foot on foot. I'm going to save myself a little bit here. Sucking that core in tight towards your spine, and we're flexing that bottom side oblique. And we're just breathing normally. We're only here for 15 more seconds before we switch sides. And you can still get a lot of this with the modification. Still feeling that? 5, 3, 2. Drop it down, 15 seconds off. Take it over onto that right side. 5 seconds, we'll pop that body up. 3, 2. Pop it up, squeeze that oblique. Just trying to keep that hip up as high as you can. We want that body straight if we can. Holding, squeezing, focusing on that core. Suck it in tight. 15 seconds. Final 8 seconds. 3, 2, and relax. Beautiful work. All right, this time we're going to take it back into that flat plank position. This time we're simply going to roll it over into that side plank. Okay, so this will actually give us a little bit of time on the feet here. So we hold our plank and we just roll it over. Back to center. Roll it over. Back to center. Okay, so we'll try to stay on our feet here. That way we can get some actual side plank time on the feet. 3, 2, and Drive. Just let those feet kind of rotate naturally to each side. Just get that quick 1 second pause in each position. Center, side pause, center pause, side pause, center pause, right here. And we got 15 seconds left here. Beautiful work. Final 8 seconds. 3, 2, and relax. All right. Lots of side planks. I know, oblique heavy. So let's take it back to our knees here. This time we're just going to rep it out. So we're going to drive it up, squeeze, back down, tap, squeeze, and back down. 3, 2, and we're up. Squeeze that oblique, tap the hip, flex, squeeze. So now we're focused on flexing that bottom side oblique. There we go. You'll see, you're gonna start getting that in your shoulder here a little bit, especially if you're sore like me. So that's why we kind of save those shoulders a little earlier in the workout. We're gonna get through these planks. 5, 3, 2, and switch it. We got one more here, just on that right side. 5 seconds. Feel free to take it on the feet here as well to make it a little harder. 3, 2. There you go. Drive it up and squeeze. There we go. Good. Oblique squeeze. Keep the core tight. Flex. "15 seconds. Squeeze. Squeeze. There we go. And our final 5 seconds. 3, 2, and relax. Good work. We take it into one final round for today. That works. So we got a couple twist movements here. These are going to end up being pretty difficult to do here. Everything we're doing is going to have our elbows back in this position. Okay, and we're going to start up in a seated position, and everything we do, we're slowly just going to kind of take it in 3 steps down to the floor. But it's always focused on that rotation. So make sure we can actually see the rotation here. So we take those elbows back, we keep it, we lean it back as far as we can before we're actually sitting, laying down, and we just take it side to side. But again, it's key here to make sure we lean back as far as we can in this position. All right. So at the buzzer, 3, 2, lean it back as far as we can. Find that balance point. Keep the core engaged. And turn as far as we can. Keep it going here. We're here for 45 seconds. You want to be to the point where you almost feel your feet lifting off the ground. Make sure that core is engaged. Check yourself. Make sure you lean back as far as you can. There's my breath coming out with each turn. 5 seconds. 3, 2, and relax. All right, beautiful work. Now we're going to keep that same position. We're just going to lay our body back the entire way. So we're right here, elbows back. And we're going to drive, crunch it up in the middle, hold it there, and Rotate that elbow up towards the opposite knee. But the entire time we're holding that center crunch right in the middle. 5 seconds. Elbows back. 3, 2, and crunch it in the middle. Hold it here. We just rotate. That opposite elbow should be touching the ground right here. But I'm holding that center crunch the entire time. There we go. Beautiful. Big breath out. 15 seconds. Final 5 seconds. 3, 2, and relax. And we just have one more movement here with those elbows back. This time, we keep them back, and we just take that crunch. Now, right at the center. Basic crunch forward and back. 3, 2. Still making sure those elbows stay back. We don't want to start bringing them forward. We're going to keep that weight back. The whole point is to have all of our weight behind us. So it's actually making this kind of like a weighted crunch. Very important here to get that audible breath out. 15 seconds. There we go. Final 5, 3, 2, and relax. All right, with 30 seconds here now, we're going to take our final 3 movements here. We're going to be focused a little more on that lower ab region. So we're going to take our hands here. So get those hands right into the butt. The first movement here, we're going to hold the upper body crunch. We keep our abs tight. We get those feet up, about a foot off the ground. And we're just going to flutter those kicks. 3, 2, and hold the crunch. Get those feet up. And if you need a little less here, raise those feet up a little higher. You need a little bit less stress on the abs. If you want a little more, take those feet lower to the ground. But make sure you're holding that upper body crunch. Beautiful. Keep it steady. Don't get lazy on that upper body. Make sure that crunch is up. You're holding that upper body. 10 seconds. 3, 2, and relax. All right. Fan favorite. Brad always requested. We're going to take that clamshell. So we start everything up in the middle. We open everything up, wide as you need. And we take it right up in the middle. As we come up, we're going to focus on the upper body crunching up the legs. And you want to elevate that butt just a little bit. So as we meet in the middle, butt comes up a little bit. And you reach with the crunch. Everything crunches right in the middle. 3, 2, and start in the center. And you don't need to go open super far. So if you want more, you can take it further open. But what we're concerned about right here, this crunch in the middle. Open it, crunch it, open it, crunch, open. Halfway through here, 20 seconds left. Open, crunch it, open, crunch, open, crunch, open. 5 seconds. 3, 2, and relax. And we just have our final movement. We're back in that original position here with those lower hands right here. Now we take the arch over to the right, over to the left, over to the right, over to the left. Just making an arch position. 3, 2, there we go. Arch it up in the center, over to each side, still holding my upper body crunch. So my shoulder blades are up off the floor. 30 seconds left here. Start to feel heavy legs here, right in those hip flexors. Final 10 seconds. And there's our buzzer. Beautiful work back there. All right. All right, all right. Hope that lighting wasn't too weird. All right. Now we're going to take it, arguably the most important part, into our stretches. So let's get. We're going to take our first stretch here on the floor, the most important one, our child's pose. So we sit our butt back onto the heels, and we reach forward, and we hold here. So make sure that butt stays back, reach forward. As we're stretching here, make sure to get those breaths in and out. Bring it up slowly. We're going to take it into cat-cow position. So right here, we keep our core tight, and we force all those back muscles out. So almost like you're pushing the ground away. Really forcing it out. Slowly take it the opposite direction, still keeping that core a little bit tight here. Now sticking that butt up, head up, chest out. Come out slow. Now we're going to lay it totally down. Keep those hands nice and close to our rib cage here. Keep your core tight. Slowly, you want to keep our hips on the floor. Straighten those arms out. Head up, chest out. Keep that core tight here. Careful here. Come out nice and slow. Back into that child's pose one more time. Sink it deep. And bring it up. We'll take it over. Seated straight legs. Once those legs are straight, we reach down for the toes, depending on how tight you are. And we're really tight today. Reach as far as you can. Hold it there. Feel that through your hamstrings. All right, come on, nice and slow. One more while we're down here. We're going to take those feet out wide and reach for the center. Not allowed. We just have one move over. Down here, lay it back. Arms go out. We'll get that right leg up and slowly drape it over. Back up slow to center and down. Switch sides. Up. Drape it over. Keeping those arms out wide. Slowly back to center. And you can just stay seated for this final two stretches here. Bring that elbow up right to the ear. Make sure you have a tight bend in the arm. Yeah, we don't want it like that. Keep that bend tight. Full hold there. And that same arm, tight Pull it across the body. Make sure we hook it on that tricep. We don't want it down here. We want it up above the elbow. Pull it in tight. All right. Switch sides. Tight bend in the arm. Pull it tight to your head. Stretch out that tricep right here. Bring it down, same arm, last stretch. Pull it across the body. And if you're like me, you drink a lot of caffeine, this is about the time where your heart rate starts to come down just a little bit. Feeling pretty normal again. Beautiful work today. Maybe you hear that? That means class is starting upstairs, and that means it's about to get super loud in here. So, beautiful work today. Beautiful work, Brad. I saw you over there, killing those planks. Back on Monday at 5. Otherwise, it's time to box and it's time to climb. Have a beautiful week. Happy Monday. And